is the fact that so many Canadians are struggling with the financial crisis that's facing our country. And there's a report here from the Toronto Star that says the number of Canadians reporting financial stress has jumped 20% in this year alone. And the report calls this they call this increase a national emergency. I mean, and repeatedly, I hear people that say a quick, easy, simple solution here would just be to axe the carbon tax, because not only is it directly affecting Canadians in their pocketbooks when they heat their homes, when they fuel up at the gas station, when they use fossil fuels, but it also has a ricochet effect on your grocery bill, on all of the goods and products that you purchase at the store, because the truckers and the producers have had to wrap in the carbon tax into the cost, the resale of those products. So you're seeing this not only firsthand, but also second and maybe even third hand through the market. And when you go and purchase groceries, I mean, food inflation is through the roof. And this is also coupled, obviously, by the crazy increases to interest rates. And we're coming out of the pandemic, which saw many people lose their jobs, their livelihoods, their businesses, et cetera, et cetera. And it just keeps to be piling on to Canadians. And meanwhile, you have this political class, as reported by Franco Terrazzano from the Taxpayers Federation, where, for instance, the Governor General spent $117,000 on dry cleaning, like just on dry cleaning. And this is a 6-figure dry cleaning tab, and it runs from 2018. So yeah, it spans a few years, but this is outrageous. I think they also note in here that the Governor General has staff they have in-house staff on payroll who's responsible for doing the laundry. And still, we've managed to rack up $117,000 just on dry cleaning alone. It's just unfathomable at this point.
What is the most outrageous? Like the people who let that happening. Like you see that, you know about it, but you let your government or your employees spending money like it will never like end. And this is the money from hard-working Canadian. Like, I don't know if you remember the scandal over a $16 orange juice.
Yeah.
And now we let people doing dry clean for 6-figure. This is actually like not okay. And we just continue to, we get out the news, but nothing has changed. It will continue as nothing happened.
Yeah, that's the state of affairs in Canadian politics, and as I call them, the political class. Right? They're laden in scandal, in ethics breaches, in ethics violations, and as Canadians struggle to purchase the basic living necessities, food, shelter, clothing. This is where the Governor General has decided it's appropriate to spend $117,000 just on dry cleaning. We've had several other reports recently about the lavish spending of, the government in general, but also specifically the Governor General, who goes on these lavish trips. They wine and dine, spends money on Ubers when things are walking distance. There was a cab fare. I'd have to dig it back up. But thousands of dollars spent on cab fare. I think when she was visiting Sweden last year, perhaps it was the year prior. Here's the Governor General. We have this written piece here. Billed $3 million for travel in 2022 alone. And that's Mary Simons. She flew 21 times in 1 year on the taxpayers' dime, 4 times abroad and 17 domestic flights, which cost taxpayers $2.78 million, while she also preaches the climate emergency. right? They're all about green energy and fossil fuels are bad. Meanwhile, you're literally billing taxpayers $3 million to jet set across the country and abroad. This is just peak hypocrisy.
I just don't understand why those people have not like a budget. Like you have this amount of money and the extra you pay for it. Like this, it should be all set up. Like you're going there, we calculate about this for your meal and like travel costs and the rest. If you expense like the rest on your own dime, like why taxpayer would need to pay for your extra fancy meal or wine or etc.
Yeah, exactly. And conservatives get a rap, and I feel pretty politically homeless actually at this point. I don't trust any of them. But the fiscal responsibility that conservatives are known for, that's what we need to bring back to Canada. And this just lavish, unrelenting spending by the Liberals is, at this point, Canadians are struggling. Canadians are suffering, and it's due to failed government policy. And they need to scrap things like the carbon tax if they want to show Canadians that they really care. And we can see the writing on the wall that they, in fact, don't, because they keep this stranglehold on more taxes, and continue to espouse the idea of how great things like a universal basic income would be. This is textbook socialism. So with that, we are 5 minutes past the hour. I'll just see, do we have any more super chats ready to go? We don't, but thank you to everybody who contributed so far on the stream. Thank you to Alexa for joining me. And thanks to everybody behind the scenes in Canada and abroad who make this live stream possible through links and written content and getting everything set up so that you can find it easily at home. And we will join you same time and place from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern, why did I say Easter, tomorrow. So come back then. And as David Menzies would always say, stay safe and stay sane.
Stay sane.
Justin Trudeau is not worth the cost, and he is not worth the chaos. After 8 years, of course, housing costs have doubled. Everything costs more. Work doesn't pay. Crime, chaos, drugs, and disorder are common in our streets, and Canada's international reputation is in tatters. We should be working to reverse the inflation Trudeau caused, to axe his 61 cent a litre carbon tax, to balance the budget to bring down inflation and interest rates before Canadians lose their homes, to reverse Trudeau's catch and release policies so that we can protect our streets from repeat habitual violent offenders. But instead of doing that, today again we're cleaning up Justin Trudeau's mess. Trudeau showed complete negligence in failing to vet the event that he arranged, the visit of a foreign state leader. Still, he has not apologized to Canada's veterans for honoring a Nazi soldier on the floor of the House of Commons. Still, he has not called the Ukrainian president to apologize for the embarrassment that his negligence that Trudeau's negligence allowed to occur on the floor of the House of Commons. And today, instead of working together to reverse Trudeau's inflation, to reverse the doubling of housing costs that he caused, to reverse the crime wave that he unleashed with his policies, we're once again working to fix Trudeau's mess, to elect a new speaker. It is time to get back to work. It is time to make common sense common.
Come on out November 25th. It's all aboard the Freedom Train in Niagara-on-the-Lake. You can check Rebel News for updates and also the Freedom Passport site.
Tamara Leach, who led the truckers' convoy, will be sharing the stage with some of the finest international recording artists, like the Chops Horns from New York City, who's played with Alicia Keys, Stevie Wonder, the Rolling Stones, and many more. Plus New World Sun, just off a European tour, and the legendary R&B master, Leroy Emanuel. Get on the Freedom Train with Tamara Leach. Saturday, November 25th at Niagara-on-the-Lake Central Community Center, 680 York Road. Get your tickets today at freedompassport.ca. The Freedom Train is coming. Know your rights. Know your freedoms.
Justin Trudeau's new censorship law, Bill C-18. It's a shakedown and a desperate attempt to keep the mainstream media afloat. Many have already lost their ability to access our Facebook and Instagram pages. The blackout will soon affect every user in Canada. We've partnered with Private Internet Access, a VPN provider dedicated to safeguarding digital privacy. For just $2 a month, you can maintain your access to our content across all your devices at piavpn.com/rebelnews.
How much fun is that? I can hardly wait. If you like cruising already, well, this is truly something unique. And if you've never been on a cruise ship before, this is the perfect way to start. With a group of like-minded rebels from coast to coast. You can find out all the details, including the different cabin prices, at rebelnewscruise.com. I know you're going to look back on it as the vacation of a lifetime. We've reserved a limited number of Rebel News cabins, so book yours today at rebelnewscruise.com. We'll see you there.